Welcome to Sideline Sports, where we give you an up-close and personal look at the teams, coaches, and athletes that make up the Columbia Basin. I'm host Sean Wells. Tonight, we'll check on e11.1 basketball taking on a tough Ellensburg team. We'll see how Moses Lake Swim did in a non-conference meet with Cheney, and we'll see how Big Bend played at home as they gear up for conference play. You're watching Sideline Sports, and it starts now. First in the rundown, we check out on e11.1 basketball. Tigers hosted Ellensburg Bulldogs in a top CWAC showdown.
The Lady Tigers dropped a lopsided 58-36 contest in the first game of the evening. Both teams struggled to put the ball in the basket in the first half that had e11.1 down 24-15 at the break. The third quarter of action saw the Bulldogs heat up from beyond the arc to stretch their lead to 40-23. e11.1 made a run with 13 fourth quarter points, but it was too little too late, and the Tigers dropped the game by 22 points. Madison Moffett drained 14 points for the Bulldogs. Hannah Gibson and Cassidy Malcolm finished with 13 each. Maddie Stuckey led e11.1 with 10 points. Harley Vanetta had 8 in the loss. The second game of the evening saw e11.1 jump out to a big early lead. The Tigers sharpshooter Gunnar Blankenship set the pace with a couple of shots from three-point range to put the home team up 17-7. e11.1 continued to sizzle and took a 34-17 lead into the locker room at the half. The Bulldogs took a big bite out of the Tiger lead to close the gap to 43-34 to trail by 9 at the end of the third quarter. Ellensburg outscored e11.1 20-16 over the final 8 minutes, but the Tigers held on for the 58-51 win. The Bulldogs' Garrett Hull scored a game-high 28 points. Blankenship led the e11.1 attack with 23. Lloyd Burleson finished with 12.
Moses Lake Swim was trying to keep their perfect season alive, but they knew they had a tough test hosting Cheney.
It was a big non-conference swim meet for Moses Lake. After narrowly knocking off Wenatchee 500 to 499.5 in the Moses Lake sprint meet, the Chiefs knew they had another tough battle with Cheney. The Chiefs, trying to stay undefeated in a young season, got off to a great start and never looked back. Moses Lake knocked off Cheney 129 to 53. The Chiefs look to keep the winning streak going when they host Hanford, Richland, and Walla Walla in a tri-meet next Tuesday.
Big Bend hosted a couple non-conference games over the weekend. The boys took on Peninsula, while the Lady Vikings hosted Mount Hood.
It was a dominating performance for the Running Vikes over the Peninsula Pirates. The Vikes jumped out to a 41-24 halftime lead and cruised in the second half for the 86-58 win. AJ Miles had 12 points for the Vikes, hitting 2 of 4 from 3, while Sean Spencer had 10 points and 5 rebounds. Playmaker Donovan Wright led the way for Big Bend with 21 points and this monster dunk.
Steal by Donovan Wright, quickly pushes up the floor and slams down the dunk.
You saw that one coming.
In the second game of our doubleheader, it was the Lady Vikings hosting Mount Hood. Another strong opening for Big Bend put them on top 42-28 at half.
Gotta have some movement.
Nice pull-up jumper and hits it.
The Lady Vikings shot 50% from 3 in the first half and held on to knock off Mount Hood 85-67. Aubrey Vale had 18 points and 10 rebounds, knocking down 4 three-pointers. Riley Jamette finished with 15 points and 7 boards, while Deanna Manning had 11 points and 8 rebounds for Big Bend.
Able to connect, but Vale's there to follow up the shot and makes it.
Good hustle by Vale.
Coming up after the break, we'll have our Pick 6 top plays of the week. Now take a look at scores from around the area.